Esther, I want to shift gears and talk to this other issue about Nigel Farage, who was essentially had his bank account, his banking privileges suspended by his bank, Coutts, and it's come out in a document that it wasn't because he'd done anything wrong, it was just that he held the wrong opinions about things like Brexit and so on. Now, this document has come out. The head of the bank has apologized, but it seems to me that there needs to be a much stronger stand taken regulatorily against banks that decide that you can't bank with us just because we don't like your politics. What's going on with Nigel, and is there a push to do something to regulate banks to stop this from happening again? Because it could happen to anybody who's out there in the public sphere on any issue.
Yes, well, Nigel would actually agree with you because he is taking a tougher stance on this matter. Originally what we heard from the Coutts Bank was, Nigel Farage is considered in the UK as a PEP, a politically exposed person, and therefore the way that he interacts with financial institutions is different because they have a higher risk of money laundering and getting, money from different accounts, fraud, and all of that. But after, the minutes from a particular meeting, internal meeting by the bank was released on the request of Nigel Farage, who requested his own data that the bank had on him. It was revealed that the minutes from the meeting demonstrated that some of the executives within the bank believed that Nigel Farage didn't have the inclusive values or hold the inclusive values that the bank did, and that he retweeted a few jokes that they found transphobic and obviously Brexit and all of that. And so they decided after he finished paying off his mortgage that they wanted to move him on. Originally, what was so scandalous about this was the BBC was implying that it was because upon having information from Coutts Bank allegedly that he didn't actually have the funds to be part of Coutts Bank. So Coutts Bank is a very elite bank here in the UK. It's the Queen's Bank. You need savings of upwards of £3 million and current accounts figures of I think upwards of £1 million to even be able to bank with them. So it's the wealthy of the wealthy. But apparently, even though Nigel Farage did meet these requirements, his political views didn't. And so the Treasury is now planning on implementing legislation which will force banks to explain why they've closed people's bank accounts, because it's completely unacceptable to be debanked in the 21st century is effectively being unpersoned. You can't exist in the 21st century without a bank account. So this is an extremely serious matter. It's a huge, attack on freedom of speech. And the head of the bank has had to apologize to Nigel Farage over this because it's completely scandalous.
Esther Krakue, just wait till they get central bank digital currencies. Wow, what fun the banks will have with us then. Esther, great to chat to you. As always, thanks again so much for staying up so late to chat to us.